He's back! He's back! Tom Aresco's back! Stephen Owen here. Tom Aresco, Bird Buzz, and we're Ho-Chai. We're piped up. We're back in LA, and we're excited.
That's awesome. And the Eagles, 3-1, still getting over that loss, but at the end of the day, got to keep moving forward and keep trucking on.
If you told me to be 3-1 after 4 weeks at the beginning of the season, I would have took that regardless. Kind of sucks how it happened with the refs and how the game is handled, but you know what? We'll take it. And we got a lot of questions from you guys before we dive into them, though. Fantasy update.
Yeah, I'm 4-1.
I'm 5-0.
We're going nuts.
We're going nuts. We're going nuts. And I don't want to win. I want someone to. Well, second place is getting the jersey, even if you were to both win.
I'd love someone to win. I would love to win, to be honest with you. Because last year, we took that lighthearted approach.
Yeah.
And then you started a league this year, and we're both feeding off. We're on a combined 9-1.
Yeah.
So last year, we drafted a team together. Good year, but we didn't win. I'd love to win this year and send the jersey to the second place guy.
Yeah, sure.
It's time to show my fantasy knowledge and skill. And honestly, in my other leagues, I stink.
Yeah, I'm really bad.
I'm coming really for that crown this year.
Yeah.
And I got a big game this week, and I'm against my boy Chubb Nation.
Chubb
Nation, baby. Justin Tribble. So
do not take him lightly.
Yeah, I won't take him lightly. He's 2-3. He's hungry.
Yeah,
looking for a win.
Yeah,
and that's when teams get desperate and go off. And I need to keep my guys going off.
You gotta keep up the good performance. So we're gonna go into these Bird Buzz questions. So first question, Jesus Eagles asked, do you think Deshaun Jackson will come back to Philly?
I do not think so. I think they want a receiver, a bigger guy that can stretch the field and create separation down the field. And I know Deshaun Jackson can get behind the defense, but he's 30 years old at the end of this year, and I think we need someone that can open a window for us, not so much a guy as far as a nostalgic touch and things like that. I just, give me a big receiver that can go up and get the rock.
Yeah, no, I think his best years are behind him. I honestly think that'd be more, a bigger morale boost just to sign him,
because of his name.
Because of his name. I don't think you're going to get much, out of him.
Like Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
he'll produce a little more than what AI did when he came back to the Sixers, but you get the point.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next question. At the Pepper team asks, what if, and trust me, I don't want to be negative, what do we do if Wentz gets injured? Well, the season's over. If Wentz gets injured.
If Wentz gets injured, that's, you always want to
You can't really ask that question without saying I don't want to be.
But yeah, no, I can't even comment on that. Obviously, you panic like crazy because you're not going anywhere without the guy. So
yeah, you're really not. So and then so you asked.
I did.
And Aresco asked, what are the keys to getting through the next quarter of the season?
That means the next 4 games.
Next 4 games. Okay, first, Big V's got to get out of his stance.
Yeah, he's got to get out of his stance and get to Washington.
He's got to get to Washington. You got to knock Sam Bradford out of his rhythm because he's pretty much.
Well, first of all, you got to get Kirk Cousins out of his.
You got to get Kirk Cousins.
You haven't proven you can do that lately, so
yeah, you
got to get Kirk Cousins off rhythm. Get to him. Beat him up, get there, Then Sam Bradford, same thing. Got to get to him.
Yeah, and he's been
defense.
Flawless. Yeah, and I don't think the world can handle how good Sam Bradford is.
He's been really good, even though he still doesn't. Stephon Diggs missing games. He missed his first game last, but he hasn't been. Other than that one game against Green Bay, Stephon Diggs hasn't been the elite receiver everyone thought he might be after that game.
The Vikings defense is really good, but that offense is really bad, and he's doing making them look really good.
He's making them look pretty good. So that's gonna be a tough game. And then Dallas obviously got to stop the run. Yeah. See what happens with Romo and Dak, and then
who's after that? Who do we play?
It's the Giants.
The Giants?
Okay,
that's Giants.
And that's a tough game too. So potentially, is it against the Giants?
I think it is against the Giants too.
Potentially. I didn't even check when I wrote that question, but. Yeah, at least the next 3 games, it's going to be tough. You got to go 2-1. Hopefully, you go 2-1. If you go 1-2, you're talking a lot different. But we'll see what happens.
Definitely. All right. So O'Day asked, do you think we have the team to make it deep into the playoffs? Maybe.
Yeah, we could. You got to hope that that these guys just show up and play the rest of the season the way they have so far. So I'm hoping they they go.
I mean, besides the Vikings and the Seahawks, there's not really a team that's really standing out.
Green Bay's pretty good.
Yeah, Green Bay, but
they'll always be good. But yeah, a couple teams dropped off like Arizona and Carolina, and the next thing you know, Dallas and Philly are stepping up as top teams.
Exactly.
So hopefully we can see what happens there, and we can try to go deep in the playoffs. But it's a young team, and I think they're going to have a chance to go deep in the playoffs for years to come.
Oh yeah, definitely, if not this year. At Billy Eberling 28 asks, do you think the Eagles can bounce back? Oh yeah, they're bouncing back.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think the Redskins are on a bit of a hot streak that's bound to come to an end, and what better way than Eagles to get their revenge this weekend? I mean, it's a must-win. It's Fly Eagles Fly. It's Doug Peterson saying guys were watching film on their iPads on the plane after the game.
Yeah, they're livid.
Yeah,
livid.
So they're back. They're looking for revenge.
Yeah, no. I think they're gonna pipe it up this week. At CV Football 81 asks, who's the better QB, Dak or Carson?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. That's
the spider graph.
Spider graph.
Check the spider graph.
Yeah. You spider graph, then you do the math. Next question. At Zachary Ivory asks, how big can we expect Big V to play in place of Lane Johnson this week?
As long as he gets out of his stance.
If he gets out of that stance, I'm telling you, he's going to be...
The blocking is there as long as he gets out of the stance.
If he gets out of the stance...
He can block anybody.
He can block
in the NFL. How about that?
I think so, too. You know what? No, they're going to put a tight end on his side.
Yeah, Brett Selk,
they're going to give him some help. They'll be running to the left side. They'll be taking pressure off him.
Some of our receivers are pretty good blockers, too. Aguilar's pretty good at blocking, which is weird. It's funny because it's like the Riley Cooper thing. It's like, we can't make a play. But, it's, hey, sometimes you need that. When you have a struggling O-line, you need guys to step up blocking, and guys have done that. I think all three of our tight ends, and I think a couple of our receivers, too. So we need to get the ball to playmakers and help Big V out there and get Carson some time with some chip on his side, and that'll be that.
Yeah, absolutely. So next question. At Bunkaturist 3S, do you think we can go far with this group of receivers?
I think the receivers are developing. I think you have to give them a chance to develop.
Yeah.
However, it wouldn't be hurtful to add a big-time receiver in the offseason, and I think that we're sick of the waiting process that usually comes with young receivers. I mean, other than a couple guys that are drafted really high in the draft, for the most part.
Yeah.
That... we've gotten Nelson Aguilar in the first round, 20th overall, who's not really panned out. We got Jordan Matthews in the second round. We traded for a guy who was picked in the second round in DGB. Mm-hmm. We, acquired Josh Huff in the third round under Chip Kelly. So we've gotten kind of every taste of receivers, and the bottom line is usually young receivers take a while. Jeremy Maclin took a while to get to where he was at. So guys even that we've had, and we've seen that. So, I mean, it's really rare to just get a guy that comes in as a star right away with a late pick like we have. And in this class, I know there's one guy, Mike Williams, who's all right, but that's a whole different discussion. I think we should go in free agency and pay for a guy that's proven talent. So for the next 3 or 4 years, he can be our top guy as these other guys develop. Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna have some.
We need a big brother of the receiving corps.
Yeah, no,
Terrell Pryor, please come to Philly.
Yeah, no, I think that.
I was gonna say come to Funky Town for some reason.
Yeah, Funka Tourist. Funkster.
Yeah, that's probably
Funksters 3.
Come to Funky Town.
What a handle.
Funky Town is pretty much Philly because we're going to be partying for the next couple years.
Yeah, we're going to Super Bowl parade.
Carson Wentz, this defense, please, Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Come to Philly.
I think he wants to.
Come dance at Funky Town, baby.
J. Brad 13S, Justin Bradley 13S.
Oh, boy.
What do the Eagles have to do in order to shut up all the non-Eagles fans who think we aren't a playoff contender?
Just follow at Tom
Justin
Aresco
Bradley
on Twitter.
is fired up.
Just follow at Tom Aresco and at JBrad13 on Twitter, and we'll tell you everything you need to know about this football team.
Yeah,
they're the real deal.
Yeah, you know what, Justin Bradley, we need you tweeting more about the team.
Yeah.
Your tweets are fire, but you don't tweet that much.
Yeah.
Kind of like me. Like, I didn't tweet that. I started tweeting a little more. That's some fire
People
stuff.
And
I think you should do the same thing as well. You know what?
We'll tell you about the birds.
Yeah.
Follow him on Twitter too, Steve Mayo, and Views from the Link on Instagram, Views from Link on Twitter. Been a while since we plugged the Twitter handles.
We're talking truth. But I'm plugging Justin Bradley because I need some more. Because he's also a very big proponent of Harambe, and that's very important to me as well.
Yeah, that's really important.
I see you. All right, next question. Tim Waska asks, how do you think we were going to do against the Cowboys? We're gonna truck them.
We're gonna truck them.
We're gonna try.
You heard it here
We're gonna
first.
try. I'm telling you, these guys are pissed off.
Yeah.
This loss might have been the best thing that ever happened to them. At Smithboy93 asks, do you think Michael Kendrick should play at all this Sunday? After
No.
I can't even read this in a straight face. After his terrible outing versus Detroit. And hey Steve, how bad do you think the refs will be versus Washington?
I think the refs will even it out, and Kendrick shouldn't play.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kendrick should not play. The best thing that's happened to him is like the Rihanna MCM since he got his.
Ever since that happened.
Yeah. All right. Next question. At the Great White Mexican asks, who do you think the key players on offense and defense are this week?
I think on offense it's going to be Carson Wentz, but really it's going to be Big V and that line.
Yeah,
I mean,
Big V in the stands.
It's going to come down to how well they can protect him like usual.
Yeah.
Because if he gets time to throw, he can beat you all over the field. We've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs time to throw, and receivers to make plays. So it'll be that offensive line protecting Carson Wentz, giving him time to throw the ball, and running the ball too will be pretty important. But I think it'll be that unit blocking for Carson Wentz. And on defense, I think it's going to be in the trenches. You know, it's going to be that D line getting to Kirk Cousins, something we didn't do often last year, if at all. Especially in that second game when he goes down the field first 2 drives and hits Jordan Reed for 2 touchdowns. I mean, you got to do a better job guarding the guy. I mean, and guarding him and getting to Cousins more. Jordan Reed might actually be out. He's being evaluated for concussion, so we'll see what happens there. You never wish injury on a guy, but I mean, that would be just a break for him not to play, and you worry about that guy. This is like 5th or 6th concussion since coming into the NFL, and that's a dangerous thing. He's like, Eric Lindros in Philly, a hockey player.
Well, once you start getting one concussion, it's easier and easier and easier to get him.
Exactly, and that's permanent damage. So hopefully he gets well. Hopefully if he needs to sit out this week, or as many weeks as he needs to, he will, and he'll be under evaluation. But ultimately, it's getting to Kirk Cousins. He still has some other weapons on that team that can hurt you. So.
I think you gotta just rattle Kirk Cousins more than ever. He's that quarterback, you can whack him around.
Fletcher Cox, that'll be my defensive player of the game.
You're good at that? Okay, I'll go with his partner in crime, Benny Logan.
Benny-O.
All right. Next question. At Net Ninjas A asks, would you take Deshaun Jackson back at the right price? I mean, if it was really cheap.
Really cheap. I think he's, 30 years old. We already talked about it.
But I think you do need to get a big time guy. You gotta get that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
If you got, I mean, this is like early Eagles in the early 2000s.
Yeah, you were saying,
You got to just go get him that guy sooner than later. And even if it is like a guy like Terrell Pryor who's 28 years old, you give him a nice deal and you let him play till he's 31. That's the best 3 years of his career right there. Getting into, just breaking out and then getting into the meat of his prime, 28, 29 years old. Yeah. When he's just like and he hasn't played a lot of receivers, so he's still kind of learning the game. So he's going to be pretty good if he gets on the right team for the next couple years. And while our young guys are developing, a guy like Terrell Pryor or maybe even an Alshon Jeffrey who's going to be probably more expensive than Pryor. And I think Pryor would be the perfect player. He's so fast, so big. I think he's got more pure speed than Alshon Jeffrey has. And I like that a lot.
Yeah. Next question. At Collins Atelli asks, most encouraging sign from last week's loss? I say the way they rallied. In the second half.
The fact that they had 14 penalties called against them compared to 2 for the Detroit Lions, and they still should have won the game if it wasn't for a self-inflicted wound, as Chip Kelly would like to call it, in a fumble. If they just get the first down there, run up the middle, or even punt the ball away, they probably have a way better chance of winning that game, despite all the mess that happened. The early struggles, everything. I mean, they should have won that game, so they're itching to get back out there. They held the Lions to 4 first downs and 45 yards, 3 points in the second half. Yeah. That shows some resiliency there, and I like that.
I was really confident that they were just going to come back, and they did, and win the game. It's just, all those penalties and, and the fumble and stuff like that. But I didn't really
put up 30,
but I felt like, I felt really good about, okay, we have Carson Wentz, getting the ball, start the second half or whatever. So, I was feeling really good. So, it's just unfortunate.
It's 21-17.
Exactly. I was just like, I wasn't, worried at all. But, all the penalties and, that. You
got to punch the ball into the end zone when you get down there, and there's so many bad things that happened when we got down there. We only got 2 more field goals after that opening drive touchdown, and that's
that was a problem.
Yep, that was it.
Next question at Blake's S asks, who will the Eagles pursue in free agency? The wide receiver? For sure.
I hope so. I hope a wide receiver, maybe some depth at linebacker if it's out there. maybe some depth on the D line. You're going to probably be losing Connor Barwin and potentially even Marcus Smith unless they like him on the roster to keep developing him. But maybe get a nice rotational defensive end. So we'll see. We'll see. What they
I
do.
think the big thing.
Maybe some.
I think they're going to spend a lot in free agency, and they're going to use extra other cap to lock up their guys. That are off contract.
Logan, Matthews. But I do think they're going to get like one priority signing in free agency, and I think that's going to be wide receiver.
Yeah, no,
I think they're sick of the inexperience. I think they want that big brother of the receiving core, like when they got T.O. Obviously, a guy like T. Pryor and Alshon Jeffrey aren't like T.O. level of good, but they're good enough with all these other guys, on the team. So. Yeah.
Last question here. It's a good one too. That's Slugger53 asks, "Where do you think Wentz will take us in the future?" Super Bowls on Super Bowls on Super Bowls. Yeah, no, we will win a Super Bowl within the next 5 years. Yeah, I'm thinking closer to 3.
Carson Wentz.
I'm thinking 3. 3 years.
He's that good.
Maybe sooner. But that's all we got, guys. Long episode. We've got a lot of questions, some good stuff. But thanks for joining us.
Let's go. On Sunday maybe we'll do a video right before the game.
It's really early this time.
Maybe
we'll shoot it Saturday night and then we'll post it in the morning. We can do that. All right.
Yep.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Thanks for joining us. So we will see you on Sunday. Kaboom!
Pipe it up.